I'm one of those people who's like 15 minutes early is on time. And earlier this week, Beach was having some trouble sleeping, and so I was like, I'll take over the filming in the morning that he needed to do so that he can get whatever he needs. And so this morning, I came to the office at 9 a.m. because call time was 9:30 tomorrow.
Wow, owned. What for?
Drafting.
Oh, I know, but why did you show up today for tomorrow?
Oh, well, you see, there was another thread with a 10 a.m. to 2 filming thing that I said I couldn't do
Right.
unless they fed me, and also Cameron came in. And then, it was like, oh, but this filming thing is at 9:30 till noon, and then that's totally enough time.
Right.
Yeah, so then that doesn't disrupt my schedule at all. I can eat, I can shoot for stream. But they weren't the same thing or the same day. They're just both in my active threads, getting notifications.
Yeah. Yeah, though. Yeah, that happens. That sucks.
Oh, I can continue. And then, so I wasn't going to have lunch today at home, so Ian didn't need to make me lunch at home, but I got home early, so he made more rice so that I could have onigiri. And he was planning to make expired kimchi onigiri, which he didn't do, probably for my benefit. But we're also mostly out of nori. There was only enough nori for 2 onigiris, and so we both got half noris. So it wasn't even great.
Like an
and I was
open-faced
late.
onigiri? Man, everything just yeah, it's all coming up Corey today, isn't it?
Yeah. You know what's even better? Tomorrow's usually my day off.
Oh.
Anyways, no. I'm Corey, and joining me remotely is Cameron. Welcome to Talking Simulator.
Yeah, no, everything sucks.
Yes. Except for poetry, which is good, and Destiny 2 weapons.
Yes, I was very excited about the Destiny 2 weapons. My beloved has come back to me.
I saw that tweet, and then I was like, that's weird. What are we talking about? Are we talking about croissants?
Nope, we're talking about the Destiny 2 sniper rifle, beloved.
I just think Telesto should be a DJ name.
Nessus, I can't hear you.
DJ Telesto! Anyways.
Telesto kind of does rip through a lot of content, like DJ Khaled. Just
right?
turning on his mic and being like, DJ Khaled!
Okay, so what if you got a Guardian in your fire team using Telesto, and you got another Guardian in your fire team assigned as the hype man? So, whenever you obliterate something, the hype guy's like, DJ Telesto!
Did you see that Telesto broke containment and broke something in oh god, the other sci-fi looter shooter?
The gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
The curse is spreading.
Yep. But it's basically an SCP at this point. Warframe.
Yes.
Yes, because, Telesto is actually it's a moon of Saturn, I think, which is a location in Warframe, but it's a gun in Destiny. And, something was broken on Telesto in Warframe, and all the Destiny people were like, oh god, it's loose. It's free. This is actually what NFTs would do, right? Take your Telesto into other video games and ruin them.
There was good NFT news today.
Oh, was it Seth Green's? I mean,
First off, his ape was stolen, and we're laughing.
yes, which is, hilarious. But like the fact that it also destroyed his pilot
Yeah.
because he was going to make a TV show about his ape.
That he had the rights to, but if you don't own the ape, you don't have the rights.
This actually cleared up some things for me because, like, I was honestly really curious if you actually owned the rights to the ape, or if you just, like, could you make a T-shirt with your ape on it?
Yes, you can. But when you lose the ape, you have to rip up the T-shirt too.
Or pay licensing fees to whoever stole your ape.
Oh,
But
there's
they should
probably
have waited.
oh.
They should have waited until the show was finished, and then taken the ape.
Maybe it just needed more slurp juice.
Maybe ape remix.
Anyways, I think we're perfectly on time for our communism meeting.
Awesome. Okay.
So,
I've never actually done the communism meeting.
well, it's new in the final cut, so I don't think we had a chance to see this content when we did our first playthrough.
This is very exciting. I think I'm probably in my own. I will probably have to play a full fascist playthrough.
It's hard.
Just because I think that is probably the saddest one for Harry. Right? Like the most tragic one for him. The one where he's least recognizably himself.
Ugh.
The one where he's like, no, I'm a cop, so that means, I'm an authoritarian and kind of racist, or mega racist.
I did start an authority run at home, and it's not. And I was going to go for the either the liberal or the the moralist.
Yes, yeah, moralist.
The other line that they added stuff for, because I've bounced off the fascist run like twice. It's just like I get bored.
It's so vicious and mean-spirited and small, right?
Yeah, and I just don't want it. It's like, I could be sitting here twiddling Vampire Survivors for the next 5 hours instead of this.
I wonder what's the more crushing playthrough, the genocide run or a fascist run? In like a genocide run in
Undertale.
Yeah, Undertale.
The genocide run gets challenging, though, in a fun way.
Well, yeah, because the fights turn into bullet hells, don't they?
They start as bullet hells, and they get impressive. Some of the fights you have to do, even on a pacifist run, are brutal, because you have to do a lot of, dodging.
Right, yes,
and stuff, because I knew about the pacifist run before my first playthrough, so I, of course, did that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the skeleton I went on a date with was brutal. Bone Trousers was a fun song, though.
As you approach the metal grill, you can hear several voices having what appears to be an animated discussion. This must be it. Beyond this door lies the beating heart of radical communism in Martinez. Somehow, the night air softens the smell of trash and sea brine. As the breeze pulls through the canvas like a shuttle through a loom, you catch a hint of something unexpected. Something earthy, warm, and burnt. The acrid smell of failure. No, that's just slightly burnt coffee. A smell you would recognize anywhere.
Are we going to be able to denounce someone? Can we denounce someone during our first meeting?
Look at this pig, sniffing about after hours.
It's past curfew. Get to bed, Cindy.
Go ahead and arrest me, officer. I swear I'll go peacefully.
The metal grill is cool to the touch.
Try to listen.
You can make out at least two separate voices. Two voices, both male approximately early 20s.
Careful with those now. I have it. It's going to work. I can feel it.
The
Ba-bam!
clang of metal reverberates all along the scaffolding. The voices coming from the other side fall silent.
Who's there? Is that you, Maurice?
Is this where I meet the communists? Or do we like
You old
busted in?
communists! I'm looking for some communists!
Who said communist? Did we say communist? Get out of here.
Listen, I've already built like 0.0001% of communism, but now I need to get organized. Can you help me?
For a moment, silence.
What's the passphrase?
I know what it is, but these are great. Blessed are the sausage grinders.
Some grinders.
We await the silent wool empire.
I mean, it's got to be Remember Dobreva and Abaddanize.
Abaddanize? Yeah.
There's no response. You begin to wonder whether they've slipped out some back way. No, they're still there. You can feel them back there.
Alright. The key's taped to the back of the door frame. Just make sure you put it back when you're done, or we'll all be locked out. And do watch the concrete. It just kind of falls away, in places.
Have fun at your underground meeting, Pig. Hope it's a blast.
We're having so much fun, Cindy.
Yeah, Cindy. Like you would even know.
Yeah.
The two young men are either oblivious to or ignoring your entrance. Their attentions are fixed on whatever it is they're stacking in the middle of the floor. Matchboxes, it appears.
I think it's holding, Alexis.
It is. It's holding.
It's definitely not holding. Those matchboxes are stacked so haphazardly, it's like they want them to collapse.
Careful, careful.
Oh. Oh, that's satisfying, actually.
Damn, hardly any difference. You're late.
He should know the meeting starts at 10 p.m. sharp.
One leader and one follower. The most ancient power dynamic.
The Sith.
There's a great deal of tension in this young man's shoulders, more than someone his age should bear. Meanwhile, his companion inclines toward him, eager to catch every word that dribbles from his friend's mouth. Don't let them see you flustered, sire. Play along.
My apologies, comrades. I had to be sure I wasn't being tailed by our class enemies.
We all have to take precautions, especially during these delicate times. What matters is that you've made it, and that you've done the reading.
Yes.
Uh-oh. No one said anything about reading. You'll just have to wing this one.
The reading! Yes, I've definitely done that.
You have? Excellent. Let's hear your critique then.
There were too many words.
Too many words.
Too many words?
Yeah, but if the writer just cut a few, I'm sure it would be fine.
It doesn't sound like he's done the reading, Steban.
Well, this is getting awkward. I'm not sure what you're expecting to find here then.
There's profound consternation in his voice. You suspect it's about something bigger than your not having done the reading.
Maybe he can explain himself.
1 second. That's enough for tonight. Will you still be here if I have more questions?
Sure. We're here most every night. Maybe we'll catch you again.
Sleep well, gendarme.
Ha! Boop. Save game.
Okay.
So, just in case, we can come back to that. Let's investigate. Holes on the floor. Cindy painting with gouache. No war but class war. Familiar. All right.
Delicious coffee.
Nothing else? All right. Continue the conversation.
The gendarme returns. What do you need?
I'm guessing the pots of gouache belong to Cindy?
Yeah, it's hers. She just sort of moved it all in a few months ago.
She said if she's going to make truly radical art, she needs a suitably radical workspace.
And I don't think she could afford rent at an actual studio.
Do you like her art?
Oh, sure. It's definitely interesting, I would say.
Interesting. Isn't that just Bino Claude for I don't have a real opinion?
It is.
Should I call him on it?
Yes.
His companion's eyes widen with interest. He has a cold smile.
I mean, Harry has an art degree.
Exactly.
He would have a loathing for people who said, oh yeah, I thought the reading was interesting.
Come on. It's not that I don't have anything to say about Cindy's art. It's more that I'm still working out the details. It's a complex question. You've got to take your time with it.
You flustered the poor boy. Now he's got to say something.
I guess you could call her latest stuff a sort of counter-bourgeoisie calligraphy. She's got a real taste for radical slogans.
It's too bad she hasn't developed the theoretical foundation to do truly radical work.
I think she'll get there, though. She's still looking for a subject equal to her ambitions.
Alright, what's the deal with this place?
The deal? At a fundamental level, I guess you could call it the shattered bones of a dream crushed by capital.
Fair.
That's
Yeah.
really good, Steban. You should save that for an essay.
Save it for air!
Thanks, Uli. When the idea is sound, the words just sort of flow.
Yes, now keep developing the idea.
If this place is the Shattered Bones, that must make us the Bone Weevils.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Ooh.
Not as good as Steban's original idea, though.
Go ahead.
What are you doing here?
In the most generous sense, I would say we're cultivating revolutionary consciousness.
Yes, that's probably the best way to describe it.
Thanks, Echo Maker.
But more specifically, we are running a reading group. The most rigorous and theoretically advanced materialist reading group in Martinaise.
Comrade
Ooh.
Steban is a great discussion leader. One of the best at the university.
Is this where I can square off in theory combat?
We have been known to get into some spirited debates, but it's always in service of our larger intellectual and ideological project.
Precisely. We are not interested in senseless parroting. We like to read critically.
Within the contours of Mazovian historical materialism, of course.
I didn't realize they taught radical Mazovian theory at the universities.
As though you can call that problem teaching.
One thing you learn quickly at university is that you're not going to find a real education in any lecture hall or discussion seminar.
Ah, a B student.
Well, way to apply yourself there.
We are post-attendance, basically.
So,
Dropped
dropouts?
out. I too am between attendances.
Yes.
Exactly.
Or flunked out, I guess.
The only worthwhile part of the so-called École Normale de Reversol is the library. That's where we've made our greatest critical strides.
So what does your reading group actually read?
We study all the foundational texts of Mazovian theory, of course. Just last week we finished the second volume of Puncher and Watman's Innocence of Capital.
Truly extraordinary.
And before that, we spent 6 weeks on Staten Plasm.
For some reason, the word plasm catches in your ear like a piece of old wax.
Ooh, I know that feel.
Gross.
You can feel your attention span rapidly deteriorating.
Uh-oh. Game face.
We've also read Wertmüller's The Megastructure of History, and before that, Real and Reality.
Ooh, good title. Punchy.
Communist theorists
Fire up the
love
Gestetner.
puns, in case that wasn't obvious.
Hablars über
Marxists
Pain,
and puns in their titles? No.
What?
No.
Never
No.
happens.
No.
No.
No. Marxist theory loves puns. God, what will they think of next?
The original Fizdale translation, not that watered down revisionist garbage.
These two deserve the Order of Honor for bullshitting. There's no way they've actually read all this stuff.
Who could have read so many things?
It's impossible.
Obviously.
Nobody reads.
But, of course, our special emphasis is on the theories of Ignas Nilsson and his followers, especially the inframaterialists.
Wait, who are these inframaterialists?
Ooh,
You're
I
not
want.
familiar with them?
Okay,
It's
this is
pretty
the
advanced
best
stuff.
world building I've ever
You may not-
seen in a video game ever. I love this.
This is possibly my favorite part of this game now.
This is honestly incredible. I've had this conversation.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, inframaterialist. God, who would this be? Who is Ignas Nilsson? Like, who are the Marxist theoreticians, critical theoreticians? Right? You have like I keep thinking of like the Hanover School with Adorno. Hanover School? God, brain, no. I want there to be a Theodore Adorno in here who just sounds like Droopy Dog all the time. Like, I don't like jazz very much.
Okay, let's find out who Ignas Nilsson
Frankfurt
is.
School. Brain.
Yes,
okay,
Frankfurt.
yeah.
There we go. That sounds correct.
Yeah.
Only Krasmazov's most trusted lieutenant, the evangelist of the revolution, and the founding father of the People's Republic of Samara.
Ah,
It's
Vladimir
hard to
Ilyich.
understate how unimpressed he is that you've never heard of this world historical individual.
Aww. Aww. My brain is too tiny.
He also happens to be the greatest communist theorist after Mazov himself. It was Nilsson who first postulated the existence of ideological plasm, which forms the basis of inframaterialist theory.
Those words again. You've got to find out what this inframaterialist stuff is all about. Whatever it is, one thing's perfectly clear. These
Like
young students have a much deeper understanding of communism than you do.
That's actually just capital, right? That's what they call capital here? Inframaterial?
A little bit.
Would that make sense to you?
Well, not in their application.
Okay.
You could learn a thing or two from them. If you can convince them you're one of them.
These guys are more into the power of positive thinking.
Ah.
The young man sighs. His companion looks about furtively.
Is the reading group accepting new members?
We typically only accept new members once per semester. There's this whole process with essays and presentations on assigned topics. But given that we have some extra seating at the moment, I guess we could be convinced to expedite an application or two.
Stefan, you can't be serious. For gendarme?
I am serious. As materialists, we've got to adapt to conditions as they are. Besides, you still need to pass the interview portion of the entrance process. Assuming he's even still interested, that is.
Oh. Yes.
Well then.
Just kick in the
What's
door.
there to be scared of? You've really been cracking the books these last few days. You can go toe to intellectual toe with any reading group in Martinez. Now, chin up. You've got this.
Crack knuckles.
Let's crack our knuckles.
Let's crack our knuckles. Let's do this.
Oh, you want to start now? Sure, we can manage that.
You've
Like,
caught him.
the sound of
balance.
like
The momentum
crack
is
knuckles, like
already
dumping a
in your
bag of
favor.
pop rocks into a Diet Coke.
Yeah.
Go ahead and take a seat. Since we haven't had time
Oh,
to
no.
prepare an exhaustive questionnaire,
Okay, good. We've
I
got
think
5
we can
health
keep this
things.
interview more free.
Not another chair.
Why don't you tell us a bit about the books you're interested in, and we'll just see where the conversation goes.
Hmm.
3 has to be it.
Yeah,
Right, like
practical books.
theory is all well and good for you ivory tower intellectuals, but for those of us working class who actually need to engage with the machinery of capital.
Preach.
Aha, a real old-school pedestrian materialist. All right, we'll play along. So what sort of practical works are we talking about?
Oh god. Consider the cockatoo.
Let's talk about cockatoos, for sure. How much do you really know about what they're like?
Cockatoos. Fascinating. So tell us what you gathered from your ornithological researches.
This is a good start. They're starting to loosen up. You feel relaxed and in control. This is a subject where you hold all the advantages.
But really, when I saw the Major Majestic in all its glory, I knew that was the cockatoo for me.
I have to say, I underestimated the opulence of cockatoos. I've only ever seen the gray ones. It makes sense though. Mazovianism stresses the essential continuity between humanity and nature. So anything you find in one should be reflected in the other. What's the exact quote, Uli?
I believe it's man is the mirror of the world.
These kids are eating out of your hand, practically. Another quarter of an hour disappears. The questions come rapid fire, but you have an answer for every one.
Naturally.
Now you can sense things starting to slow down. The interview must be reaching an inflection point.
Don't you think, though, that you can only really understand current events if you have a firm background in history and political theory?
Well, certainly.
Talk about the board game?
Yeah, talk about the board game.
You and I just played this interesting game, Serenity.
All right. We've been meaning to try that out.
Now's your chance to end this
God, are we
interview
gonna make
on
them
a
play
high note.
Settlers?
Soon you're engaged in a thoughtful back and forth about the relationship between theme and mechanics.
Works every time.
I was reading this book, and it is post-apocalyptic. It's post-zombie plague, basically. And one of the characters at one point says, "But things are better now because nobody could make her play Settlers of Catan again."
I have a laser cut wood set.
I mean, there's no like judgment implied in that.
Oh.
Okay, good. My first impulse was to say why.
It was a gift from Ian. Do you know I've never used them? Wow.
But then my issue with these historical Q pushes is that they offer the illusion of subjectivity even as they reinscribe the logic of colonialism itself.
That's what I've been saying.
Yeah.
Though I'd love to
The-
hear your take on it.
I mean, we could spend time with friends.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Games are mostly about spending time with a partner.
With his partner, he says.
Mhm.
Listen, this is a forward-thinking group. It's entirely your business, of course. Anyway, we also enjoy a good board game every once in a while. The other week, Ulixes and I tried this new one where everyone is competing to manage their own zone of ecological catastrophe. You should see the components.
Mhm.
The irradiated waste tokens have this great metallic ochre sheen.
Ooh.
Mm.
Are they laser cut?
Do you think they have lasers in this world?
They're probably, the size of a house.
Hmm.
But, we had lasers in when? The 70s? Early 70s? 60s? When were the first lasers made?
'40s? '50s?
Yeah.
So the way this
first
all
paper
works in
was
my
made-
brain is just like, okay, sonar was invented and radio was at this place and I had like transistors were this big.
On May 16th, 1960,
60.
Theodore H. Maiman operated the first functioning laser at Hughes Research Laboratories, Malibu, California.
Of course it was Hughes. Show
I
me
was
the
kind of
blueprints.
expecting Bell
Sorry.
Labs, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I would have believed Bell Labs would have been out in front of that.
Yeah, just thinking about the applications of lasers for like light-based comms. Maybe Bell would be into that, but
I mean, information transmission.
yeah,
Right?
Right?
Yeah.
I want laser-powered spaceships.
Yeah, me too.
Just, the idea of something being propelled by a beam of light or energy. It's cool. Whatever.
Apparently, the spaceship in Avatar used a laser to return on its. It was the only good part of that movie, was like the 6 seconds that the spaceship was in shot.
Look, Sigourney Weaver was in that movie, even though no one remembers what her character's name was. It had Sigourney Weaver in it, so that was fun.
But that ship was good. I will submit that the ship in Avatar was pretty cool.
I also thought the 3D was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I have heard people say that Avatar is probably the most compelling use of 3D in a theater.
Mm-hmm. It was pretty good, but, that's compared to, the high frame rate Hobbit.
Which was bad and wrong.
Right? It looked worse in 3D, because it was you could tell the spatialness of things.
Yeah.
It looked a little
it's-
tilt shifted, I'm gonna say.
Really?
Well,
Oh, that's actually
the
interesting,
scenes
though.
with the goblins and stuff looked like models. It was weird. And then the
Do you
stuff
think
at the town was just like, wow, this is a soundstage.
Yeah.
The only shots that looked kind of okay were the wandering across the countryside shots.
Mm. Which you think they would just do from a... Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
like a crane arm or something. Or a drone.
Yeah.
Whatever.
because they had that figured out in Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
Those shots look great.
Instead, we got like the barrel riding dwarves, the elves
Yeah.
hopping along the river. In my head, I can hear like Disney music, even though there wasn't any. Like, was there a song at that point? I don't know. Probably. Probably making fun of Bilbo. I don't know. But back to Avatar. There's so many movies I'm excited about, like the new George Miller one with the genie. The I still haven't seen Everything Everywhere All at Once.
There's a new Cronenberg movie coming out.
There's a new Cronenberg movie coming out.
Crimes of the Future.
Shin Ultraman. We've got Shin Kamen Rider coming.
Yeah.
Very exciting time, and yet Avatar persists. How can something so boring be real?
It's going to make $1 trillion, you know.
Did you? For the second movie, they had to do a lot of underwater shooting, and they got a breath specialist in, and was it like Sigourney? One of the lead actresses could hold for 7 minutes if it was a static shot.
Yeah, I remember hearing that. It was what's her name from who had been in Titanic?
Kate Winslet.
Kate Winslet, apparently.
Like, damn, that's so impressive, and it's gonna just be like a sci-fi alien underwater thing. It's gonna look like Naboo, like.
Yeah.
We're gonna take the bongo through the planet core.
No.
Whereas it could have been a cool movie about freediving. Right?
Yeah.
Why does David Cameron keep drowning actors?
It makes no sense.
Anyways, back to video game about board game. Oh, that's cool, Ard. For Battle Angel Alita, they hired a diver to get footage of their hair moving underwater. Ooh.
In any case, I think we've heard enough. We could use someone with your perspective in the group, with just a bit more theoretical foundation. I think you'll be making real contributions.
Like, imagine if it was like a Legend of Zelda movie, and you got like the Zora people, and you got like a hot Zora prince.
I'm imagining.
That would be amazing, right?
Yeah.
And instead we have the weird tail thing where they touch their tails together.
Yeah, the weird USB drive.
Ugh.
Okay, I think like if that film was like, this planet is actually a post-singularity ecosystem, that would be kind of interesting. But no, it's just clumsy anti-colonialism.
Yeah, like
Like
I've seen
profoundly
Pocahontas.
clumsy anti-colonialism.
Yeah.
Like it's like James Cameron saw Dune and was like, I don't like all the god stuff. That's weird. Also all the sex stuff.
What if they were tree spirits? What if people could connect to the trees? Who's speaking for the trees? Didn't they just straight up call the rock they were after unobtainium?
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the British one in material science. Like in material science, like if you're having a thought experiment and you're like, okay, we need some kind of material, unobtainium, that has this tensile strength and we could build a bridge out of it, right? And I think in America they call it wishgrantium, just by convention. But it's like a term he heard when he was like 8 years old and thought was cool.
Hmm. Keep playing.
Yes, I would say he's got serious potential at least.
And with that, welcome to the most ideologically advanced materialist reading group in Martinez. Here's your first assignment. It's an overview of inframaterialist theory. A little basic, as you'll see, but one has to start somewhere.
I'm gonna say nothing because it's just like
Yeah, just take it.
I don't need to flex on these guys.
No.
Come back when you're done. We'll be here pretty much every night after 10 p.m. Do be sure to take your time with the reading. We'll be eager to hear your thoughts.
Okay, I'll ask them about the matchboxes after I do the reading.
Hmm.
Fun.
I love the idea that we're going to like Kim is going to meet us in the morning and we're just going to be talking about communism, and he's like, I was asleep for 7 hours. What did you
Hello
do?
again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Oh, I could pass on the greeting from the jacket
Yeah,
guys.
from the punks.
I don't believe it. I've never known those boys to have manners.
The bemusement in her voice doesn't fully mask genuine tenderness.
They seem to be afraid of you.
Yeah. Wait.
They'll
Well,
never
no,
be
damn it.
skulls, but
Oh, you can reload.
their hearts are in the right place.
Can I be a skull?
Fat chance. But you can still do your part to revitalize the neighborhood.
Fine. How's that?
She throws you a conspiratorial glance, then presses her finger to her lips and squints up at the sky, as though
Have you noticed the quiet? Every so often, you might hear a gunshot pierce the air somewhere in Jamrock. But in Martinez, no gunshots, no sirens. The people are languishing in boredom and complacency.
I don't think that's what the lack of gunshots and sirens indicates.
This place is a sepulchre. We'll paint it red. We bring the raucous. You bring the sirens.
she's making a valiant effort to come off as a nihilist, but she's really just an angry little commie. No wonder she was talking about the streets flowing red. That's what happened during the revolution.
So, what's it like being a skull and a communist?
You got me, pig shit. I don't make for a very good skull. I like animals too much. Simians and pigs.
She likes us.
But I'm still gonna write some damn good graffiti-o on this wall.
Her voice sounds different when she speaks this candidly. Older somehow.
Toodles. Is there anything else? I'm gonna look at the conceptualization wall and maybe try to pick up Lillian if she's still up.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'll be reading communism book
Mm.
for tomorrow. Or I should do that
Just
tomorrow
a
to move
good
time
reading.
forward.
Nothing to see here.
Yeah, let's save it for when we need it, maybe.
Oh.
Ooh,
Okay.
decent.
Good.
Decent.
Good. Oz.
Decent.
All right.
Because
No heal.
you see,
We got it.
Finally, this wall is sublime. Look at it. The shadows, the colors.
Let the conceptual joy flow into your pupils and blossom into thoughts in your brain.
All the other walls on all the other houses must make a pilgrimage in adoration of this, the uncontested pinnacle of wallcraft, color peeled from the very face of God.
More.
O Wallfather,
Yes, I must paint this wall.
absolutely. Now you just need the materials. You already have the heavy fuel oil to use as paint, and Cindy the Skull has a paintbrush. This is completely doable.
I have heavy fuel oil and Cindy the Skull has a paintbrush.
Yes, great thinking. Go talk to her. The wall will be waiting.
All right.
Can I talk to her from down here? Can she hug it to me?
Hello again, officers.
I need your
Have you come to admire
paintbrush.
me? What for?
The apocalypse is coming. I need to warn people.
What do you think I'm trying to paint here? A mural for a better tomorrow? Why do you really need it?
For art. It's for art, okay?
Well,
I must
if it's
paint.
for art. But what kind of art are we talking about?
Grand art. Art deluxe. The artsiest. The most groundbreaking. The...
Let me stop you right there, Piggy. You
No.
have no idea, do you? No idea. No brush? Fuck off.
I hope you're happy.
to crush a man's dreams like that.
There, Piggy. I guess art just isn't really you. 'Cause you suck in life and in everything.
Okay. Save. Maybe I can try? I try? Give it a go?
I try. Yeah, I think we can give it a go.
Officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Straight sixes.
You don't
got
have
it.
the skills to execute something like this in practice. But, oh boy, the idea's going to blow her fucking mind.
I'm going to create a highly detailed skeleton of an ancient bird that went extinct 100 million years ago.
She squints her eyes.
And then I'm gonna paint it red using heavy fuel oil. And then I'm gonna fucking light it on fire.
On fire.
It's the Phoenix, get it? What do you say?
I say, sod off. You don't have the technical skills to do that.
I'm sorry, was the image offensive? Did you survive an avian attack as a child?
Didn't we all? I like your idea. Should have thought of it myself. I don't need this kind of competition in my neighborhood.
But Cindy, art's bigger than either of us.
Then get your brush from fucking art.
Oops, my apologies. I guess I was trying too hard. You're a police officer and a grown-up. Why are you trying to impress her? Maybe try a different approach, like climbing up there.
Later, Cindy.
Unconscionable.
Kids these days. Yerp. Boop. I think we should take a break.
Oh, yes, that sounds like a good idea.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Stretch your legs, chat. Take your back meds.
Yeah. Get a drink of Wawa.
Wawa. Go to Wawa, get a sandwich. Alright, I'll come back from break. Welcome, Raiders. Thank you to the Longest Johns for bringing your crew. Hey, yesterday we streamed a fun little game you may not have heard of called Sea of Thieves. And a bunch of people pointed out that we should maybe, like, tell you about it. But, I don't know, it just didn't seem like a good opportunity at the time. Busy, crashing the ship. Yes. Yep. Sea of Thieves. And we sang 0 shanties. It was great. Don't know if Cameron is back yet, but he is unmuted. Unmoored. Oh no, did something happen to her ship? Boat? Or is she griping about the snow? What's up, Lillian?
The waves are beginning to die down. Look at those little bastards. Simmer down. Simmer down, bastards.
Okay, what if I get drunk first? Suggestion. What if I change my clothes? And then do some perhobilodon. Yes. That's the ticket.
I have returned.
I'm trying to get our suggestion up so we can go on a date.
Oh, yes.
So is anything hurting our suggestion? No, but drugs will help.
Whoa. In your hand, Pyrrolidon, the double rainbow of synthetic hallucinogens. Rare and gritty. A product of the age of atomic power.
Look at the little puck of liquid.
What a funny little cap. Don't let the scary medical warnings throw you off. It's an inadequate antidote to radiation poisoning, but a potent antidote to boredom.
What? Radiation poisoning sounds scary.
It's not gonna give you radiation poisoning, stupid. Pyrrolidon is a perfect match for a badass junkie cop who's looking for a little heat.
Alright.
The container is warm to the touch. Or is that just the anticipation? You screw the lid open and look. A little slit on the side lets you just slurp it up. Like an oyster. Come on, slurp it.
I'm really glad I have never had to take a medication that involved slurping.
Yeah.
It's like the closest thing was like a powder-based inhaler. But
I mean, I do remember
no slurping.
being forced to slurp up the banana-flavored
Penicillin?
penicillin as a child, which was just like, my mother was like, you have to take this. And I'm like, I would rather have pneumonia than this.
Have I told you about my encounter with the liquid penicillin?
No.
Yeah, they were out of banana, so we had to get cherry first off, worst flavor.
Mm-hmm.
And they had prescribed it because I was like 5 or whatever, 7, something, some young age. They were like, these children don't know pills, and it was not true at the time. But I started getting really fighty about taking it because it was disgusting. And for some reason, my mom took me up on it and tried it herself. And then I like immediately threw it up because it had turned.
Oh.
So I had been
God.
Dosing
Expired.
tablespoon expired penicillin for that batch. And yeah.
Oh.
I've never had a good encounter with liquid medication.
No, that would ruin my whole day. That would ruin my whole day.
Not good. Ugh. And then, I don't know, many years later I found out I'm sensitive to a decongestant that makes me kind of loopy and hallucinate. Or mostly just get a fever and nausea.
Mm-hmm.
But that explains why I've hated cough syrup a lot for my whole life. I started to notice when it was like I went to take like a little NyQuil gel cap and I got the shakes before taking it because my body was just like, no. Not
God.
that, not that again.
Oh God.
Just like, there's no relief for Corey's.
No.
No. And now I live in a place with an active plant population.
There is no shelter.
No. But it's okay. I've got some cold and sinus pills that expired in 2014, and they're still working.
Okay, good. Good.
Just, acetaminophen and Sudafed.
Mm.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. Anyways, slorp.
Ooh. Look bad. That's a fun
Oops.
molecule.
We almost died.
Dose of the extremely chemical-smelling liquid into your mouth. There, it seeps into your tongue. When you swallow, it's already almost all gone.
Tastes like anti-radiation drug.
It tastes like many things, all melted into one conflagration in the back of your throat. As you look around, the world slowly exists as it did before. Only now, gentle flames lick at its edges, as though it were a photo burning.
This is the NyQuil. This is what happens. I've seen trees melt. It's
Not really. It's just a metaphor. The effect of that otherworldly drop of liquid is slower, more subtle than that of real flames, yet just as warm.
Will I be able to stand straight and walk and go on my date?
Why not? This government-developed substance seems very non-intrusive. You could even operate heavy machinery, fire machinery. Please don't actually operate any fire machines.
Damn it!
Already you can tell you're going to be slurping a lot more pyrrolidon. This stuff is going to give you insight into that little flickering light hidden in all human beings.
In the bottom right corner of the
Shut up! Tutorial agent. Who do you think you're talking to? Okay. We've got so many levels. 3 skill points available. Our suggestion's 7. Like,
The waves are beginning to die down. Look at those little bastards.
that's a big improvement.
Simmer down.
Okay.
Simmer down, bastards.
I'm gonna reload if this fails, and we'll just try again tomorrow. I'll just move on with my life.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, she does. You need to get your drink on.
Uh-oh.
There is no other way for you.
Yep.
Alcohol?
Yep. Yep.
She doesn't even...
Goodbye. Just gonna pave that. No, it didn't happen. We've got doses of anti-radiation meds left for later. It's fine. Ignore the man that just came up to you, did some drugs, and ran away.
It's getting cold. Rise and shine, comrade. It's time to get to work.
Is this still happening? I remember this happening when we woke up in the morning.
Despite all the thinking you've been doing, only 0.0001% of
Get out of here. No longer answering that bubble.
the bed is comforting. The bed underneath you is soft, if lumpy. Waves wash the sand underneath the hut, then grow distant to your ear. In the quiet hum of the organic heater, you fall asleep.
Like a deftly cast fishing net, sleep pulls you out of the world and into its dark shore. The rough mesh chafes, tightening around you, it digs into your brain.
Great, this is gonna be real chill.
How have things been going for you out there? Helped anyone lately? Saved anyone lately? Murdered anyone lately?
This bastard isn't even listening to you.
because you know you are a murderer. A disco music listening psycho killer who offs poor people and then forgets about it.
Okay, so I'm a murderer, and that's bad.
Hear that? He
If you
doesn't
say
even
so.
flinch. Iceman doesn't care about killing people. That's nothing to him. Blackwater, under the bridge. The thing he's really scared of.
No, I'm gonna take a lesson from Kuno here.
Is much, much worse than that.
Why are you doing this? I just want to sleep. I can almost see the dark.
We're trying to help you. All these processes, these tortures, voices and tremors are all just distractions, flares and countermeasures to keep you from the last dream. The worst of them all.
The last dream?
The last dream will be total annihilation. Cinders peeling off the fuselage. We won't be there to help you anymore, Harry. We will be dormant. You will be naked and alone.
I just like this line. Her face forms in summertime.
In hell, an ancient sadness, brother. 10,000 years later, in front of the video rental, there is a warm breath on your face again. Everything is okay again.
Everything is so okay.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Your eyelids flutter open for a moment. When you close them again, you sense the light of the room around you. You're back. In 2 seconds, the alarm will ring.
The last thought in your head before waking is, maybe you shouldn't have seen that stained glass window in the church.
Rhetoric, you shut your mouth. No! No!
Rise and shine, comrade,
Get
despite all the
out of here! There. Now he gets up. Cam! 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 Ah, thank God, it's you. I have to read this book on communism. To pass the time. What else we got going on? We can go visit the church. Let me check my thingies. Yep. Gotta do that. Gotta do that. Ah! We gotta go report pigs to the Hardys. Wait, I can just teleport there. Whoosh! Phasing through matter.
You just teleport.
I mean, considering time doesn't move when we're walking, we're technically teleporting everywhere.
Very true.
Like, Harry is the Flash, and people in town are just seeing this blue blur, blue streak even, whip through their field of vision. Hey, Hardy.
The clowns are still hanging around. What is it now?
Pigs lady. There's an old catatonic lady in the old fish market on the other side of the bay. She needs help.
What's that, Copper? You want us to help little old ladies now?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're local law enforcement, aren't you? Helping troubled civilians should fall under your jurisdiction.
Yeah. We'll send someone out. Who is? Wait. It's the pigs, isn't it?
Yep.
God. Poor lady. Don't worry. We'll handle this. I think she got some family in Kuron or something. Bastards left her alone when she got sick. We've been getting complaints.
Hey, wasn't Everard's B team looking for her the other day? They said something about her, I don't know, finding something?
Yeah, I think you're right, Gene. She have something of yours, Pig?
Whatever you do, do not admit to these punks you lost your gun. You will suffer if you do.
Nope. No idea what you're talking about. She didn't have anything in mind. What would she have? She had my hat.
No? Well, whatever then, copper.
No. They totally said what it was. What was it?
No.
Anyone remember?
No.
I don't remember. I was fucking drunk.
Let me know if you figure it out back there.
Ooh.
Now, anything else we can help you with?
Info. What's her name?
Auntie LaPlante, we always called her. Something LaPlante.
Marianne, amigo.
Marianne Amiga LaPlante.
Fuck you, pig. What the fuck you are playing at, huh?
Easy, Al. Don't let him get to you. Have one for Auntie LaPlante, huh?
Don't disrespect Miss LaPlante, Copper. She's good people. We all get a little crazy sometimes.
Where'd she get all her cop gear?
Dunno. She lives by the water. Shit washes up all the time on the beach.
Police paraphernalia doesn't just wash up on the coast, people. It's not like we dump it at night. She bought it, collected it.
Station 41. A man carries a crate of rusted, unused badges. You think these would net us something at the annual auction? A balding detective drags a clone futilely across his head. Shit, who'd want those? Just dump them into the river.
God damn it.
Who was she?
Was, like before, just an old lady. Her kids moved away years ago. Never come to visit. Never took her calls. She gets out every now and then. She did.
Us kids? That must have been ages ago. She was better then. The children kept her together.
How'd she get like this?
Wanted to be a cop, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, shit. I don't actually know. Anyone know why she started acting like a pig?
No fucking clue. It's gotta be the crazy. Who'd want to be a pig?
We could do 1 or 4, I think, are the interesting choices here.
One. Someone who wanted to set the world right before it ends. Ever think of that?
No, I didn't. Because I'm not fucking stupid, Polizonte.
Yeah, Carl. That's some pretty fucking weird shit to say. The pigs level weird. But whatever gets you through the day.
Thanks, Titus.
No problem, old cop man. We take care of our mentally ill here in Martinez. Ain't that right, boys?
No, you don't.
Sure enough, we're the real heroes on these streets.
Bye. All right. What else we got? Maybe I can question Classio. It's later. It's the next day. Or does that mean alone at night? Don't even have to knock.
Hello, officer. What brings you up here again?
The Hardy Boys gave me a recording.
It sounds like the boys would have preferred my saying it did happen. I didn't want to get caught up in this.
She is not at all worried the tape will contradict her statement.
What does that recording say?
We are in the process of listening to it, but haven't yet.
May I suggest the stereo system in your partner's room? I'm sure it plays more than Oh and the Sat Small Church Band.
I could try.
Mine, unfortunately, only comes with a mimsy little radio.
Alright. Let's see if I could even get into that room. Otherwise, I do have the radio. Right? I did buy that.
The boombox?
Yeah. It's probably locked.
Rise and shine, comrade. It's time to get to work.
I'm gonna kill you.
Despite all the thinking.
Hey! Sweet. Doesn't look like I can...
The porter reel is just what you needed. The reels attach to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is routed behind the magnetic reader.
Alright, play the tape.
You push command set, and the tape starts spinning. Violent static and machine sounds fill the air.
This isn't Revachol. This is a fucking village. I can almost see the elephants.
The harbor. That's the son of a Kvalson crane.
When this shit is done, I'm gonna tear that place up. Soldier of the Apocalypse style. Kill shit. Dogs and chickens too. Gonna run a room, Cordy. A real nice one. I don't give a shit. I'm fucking done. I'm done mentally. I'll fucking do them all in.
Yeah.
Never did get that taste out of my mouth.
I didn't want to hear the voice line.
Yeah,
Lieutenant
no,
presses
fair.
the button marked Arete on your porter reel. The tape stops spinning.
What was that at the very end? Silence?
End of recording.
What do you think?
It seemed authentic enough. Probably recorded off the shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating. He sounded like he was on patrol around the harbor walls.
I agree. He also sounded drunk off his ass.
Still.
There's more going on here than we know.
Who's this Corty?
Corty could be short for Cortenard, one of the other mercenaries, the one he was talking to. Probably the mountain at the harbor gates. Mr. Right to Work.
What's Kohoy?
A village on the Samaran Isola, in South Safre. Grad committed war crimes there, the kind of thing he talks about.
You think he was there?
Who knows? Maybe the tattoos would have an answer. We would need to know the story of this man's service.
A symbol of soldier of the apocalypse style conduct in a civil environment.
What now?
I think we've got a few more questions for class here, don't you? This seems to contradict her testimony, at least to some degree.
Okay.
Hello, officer.
We have
What brings you
listened
up
to the
here again?
recording. The deceased states he intends to commit...
She puts her coffee cup down with a soft ring as the porcelain meets the metal table. This does not surprise her.
Did he? I never said he was a good man, or that he had good intentions. Only that he was never bad to me.
She doesn't care. If anything, she sounds amused.
On this here tape, he specifically identifies you as the target.
Where did they get this recording exactly?
It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recorded via a de-encryption station. It's authentic enough.
Does he say he's gonna do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style?
Those are the exact words.
Yeah. That was practically his pickup line. Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it Kohoi style?
Uh-huh.
He wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway. He lived his own little Kohoi. It wasn't his everything.
Think he was trying to scare people?
No. I'm pretty sure he did all those things. And then had to internalize them to keep on living. Until they just sort of turn into his,
Coping mechanism?
What's running joke? I was gonna say running joke. And it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. Lely's punchlines got way, way funkier than that. He was like the Seminese conflict, the Kohoi massacre, and the 36 famine in Yezut all rolled into one person, then cast in Orani ceramic armor, which he wore in bed and in the shower.
When he said he was done, and done mentally, it didn't sound like a joke. It sounded like a deeply troubled man.
Hold on. He said he was mentally done. That sounds like a broken man to me.
Well, maybe I pieced him back together with my magical personality.
You like this kind of stuff?
We're all scraping up any happiness we can find, officer. Going around with our little scouring sticks. You, your first love, Mr. Kohoi here.
Did he tell you he had actually done any of those things? He and Martinez, I mean?
No. We were too busy laying waste to our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward. He seemed happy, I guess. At ease. As much as a man like him could be.
There is a small measure of pride in her, that she could quell the rage in such a being.
Thank you for clearing that up, miss. Whenever you're ready. I'm interested to hear what Titus Hardy has to say now.
She takes a very small sip of her coffee and smiles.
Tell us more about the victim.
Like, for example, his name?
Actually, officer, I didn't know his name. I just called him Lely.
A nickname?
I guess. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that. And it was his army name, apparently. He said his real name wasn't his. I tried to pry it out of him, but it was no use.
Lelystad. That's a good start. We have a few questions you can help us with. A few things a field autopsy alone can't answer.
The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the page the lieutenant passed to you. On it is a list of autopsy observations, recorded neatly in blue ink. The last missing pieces of a puzzle of flesh.
How old was he?
He was 42.
42? Are you sure? I would have had him above 50.
He had many scars that made him appear older. But no. We even celebrated his birthday, like, some weeks ago. It was a funny 2 days. He had little reason to lie to me.
We were slightly off then. Thank you for clearing it up.
A miss.
Eye color.
Blue. Light blue. They were like little blue galaxies, you know? It was strange, seeing those eyes in his fucked up face. Pardon the swearing. I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly. And he had a beautiful, soft voice. Very surprising, what with all the scarring. It was quite something, watching him speak.
He had a combat wound on his chin and mouth?
Yes. Severe. It made him look like half his face was cracking away in some strange smile. That and those eyes.
Ah, yes. His hair, if you can remember?
It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine, made it oily. Not nice to stroke. I couldn't convince him to leave it alone.
Hmm.
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 Hmm. Hmm.
Hmm. I too have stroked his hair.
Oily, isn't it? We have that in common now.
Yay!
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 You're
She
not
understands
special.
what autopsies entail. It doesn't get her off balance.
He had a tattoo. What did it mean?
Oh, that.
It's clear she liked it.
You liked it?
Quite a lot, yes.
What did it represent? Do you know?
It was a map of his life and the places he visited as a soldier. It was mostly for showing off to chicks, though.
How so?
How? Imagine him lying in bed. Freakish musculature laid out on the sheets. Scarred, of course. Tattooed. The sheets are dirty for some reason.
Is this Orani's lit?
Is this Oranese lit? Should I ask? Or better keep going? Yeah.
Yes. This is the very essence of Oranese lit. A moment's respite. Dark and hopeless as the struggle itself. He's smoking and drinking, of course. And his chest and shoulders and arms are studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them. Maybe even thousands. And the woman goes like, "What was this, baby?" And he says, "That was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that." So she goes, "Okay, but what's this, baby?" And he's like, and so it goes. Star after star, port after port, third world country after third world country. And he's done horrible things in every single one of them.
And you were the woman in this?
Oh, yeah.
Can you tell us precisely what these mean?
No, thank you. I've seen enough of him dead. I can tell you what they meant without looking at them.
Go on.
He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms, from a small town. He was also poor, and the government of Orania needed some people killed, so they turned him into a grotesque killer. For money. He went to Killer Academy in Vredefort. Then he killed some people in the Seminine Islands. And on other islands, too. All of the islands. After this, he came to Revachol and got killed himself.
Thank you for clearing that up.
Change of topic, perhaps?
Tell me something odd. Did he enjoy his death?
Why do you ask?
Just have her answer the question. Don't give explanations.
Please just answer the question, miss.
I don't think he enjoyed dying, officer. He had too much left to do. Too many third world conflicts. Couldn't tap out just yet.
Everything checks out here. It's all A-OK. Good answer. No, it doesn't check out. Can't you see she's clearly avoiding something here? That's a strange thing to suggest. The lady is as fair and just.
Could it be love that did him in?
It very well could be, yes.
What do you mean?
What do I mean? I have no idea. I don't even know what you mean. Love did him in? What does that mean?
Next question.
Of course.
Was it communism?
A moment ago it was love. And no, I don't think the Union is communist. They're a couple of shades pinker than that. They're not hardcore in that way, is what I'm trying to say. What are we talking about anyway? This politics shit is a lot in the morning. Is it even morning?
Who knows? Yes, it's morning.
You could blame her. A little. It was a pretty straightforward question that she refused to answer.
Where's Lelystad?
In Oranje, officer. It's, I think municipality is the term. A nowhere town there.
Oranje? Oranje's map of waterways? This fits with his tattoo.
You were almost right, officer. That means his race was Occidental, not Mondial. I'll update the form.
You were both from Oranje?
Yes. We were compatriots.
Did that bring you together?
No. He was too old for that. And from another part of Oranjenrijk. I didn't even understand his accent. What brought us together wasn't Oranje. It was bad habits.
Oranje. Is this Iceland?
No love for
Yeah,
Mother
maybe.
Oranje. But wasn't he a soldier? This could be worth pursuing.
Military man,
Like,
but not a patriot? Yes.
Yeah, like Oranje is kind of like the Netherlands, right? I don't know. It scans as Dutch to me. But yeah, I guess not everything also is necessarily a one-to-one.
And waterways go with Dutch.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And Reich is the Dutch word for Reich. Okay. Military man, but not patriot?
No. He left the National Service after they taught him to do what he did on Seminine. He wasn't the flag-waving kind. He was the making money, killing people kind. He was by no means a stupid man. A people person. A small platoon leader. Certainly not a patriot.
Didn't his lack of patriotism annoy you?
No, there's nothing on Moindi. The old world is dead and we both knew it. Come to think of it, maybe Oranje did bring us together. In loathing. I love Revachol, though. I hope she loves me, too.
We're finished here.
All right.
Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee.
Toodles. Gotta go talk to some boys?
Is
Rhetoric?
this communism again?
Rhetoric?
Wait.
Okay, visual calculus.
That man,
Oh.
bloated beyond all recognition, was 42?
Yeah.
Below the damage, the weeks of decomposition, all the swollen indignity of mortality. He was 42 years old.
Where is this going?
How old are you? That's where this is going. 45,000 liters of raw alcohol has left its disfigurements. What lies beneath, you wonder?
A liver full of holes?
Probably.
You could ask either one of them.
Miss, how old do you think I am?
How old do I think you are?
She's buying time to formulate the best answer. Look who's finally awake.
I don't know. 1, 2. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. How old is a newborn cop who doesn't remember he's a cop?
45.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not.
Sure he is. You know, age is just a number.
Yes, but for him that number is higher than 45.
Kim!
Oh.
Kim!
Wait. This requires scientific measurements.
I'm not afraid of the truth.
To the laboratorium.
All right. Date of birth generator. Yes. let's get that in there. Yes. 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 Your face looks like it's 58. Your body feels like it's 60. Your mind feels like it's lived for 1 day or 100, both longer than they ought to be, the day and the century. For how long, then, has this thing attached to your sentience walked the planet's crust? Time to start racking those brains of yours, Elder One. When and where were you born? I've always had trouble with that because a lot of my friends are like a decade older than me.
Mm-hmm.
So I always have to do the math. And my math is slightly harder than Ian's math.
Mm.
At least it's an even number. Guess what, Titus? You suck.
The clowns are still hanging around. What is it now?
So I talked to Classia about the tape.
And?
He tenses immediately. Chest tightens. Jaw sets. Ready for another blow.
She stands by what she said.
That fucking fucker. You're the worst cops in Revachol. I gave you gold on that tape.
Gold!
That fucker wasn't aimed at you. It was at her.
It's dark stuff, but it didn't prove anything, and it didn't change her mind.
Dark? Dark is when you start a goddamn death rock band.
Sounds like he wanted it to change her mind about the hanged man. This is definitely personal.
What did she have to say then? Fine by her? This is what people are supposed to be like? Fucking whoop-de-doo.
She did not say whoop-de-doo.
I can confirm that.
I see what you're doing there. Let's push it.
She didn't? Well, whoop-de-doo then.
Did not come as a surprise to her, and she definitely wasn't scared.
Yes. In fact, I think she thought it was a little funny.
Funny? No good goddamn psycho. Alright. All fucking righty then. I guess it's good then. That fucking...
Please try to control yourself in the presence of visitors, Titus.
This is just perfect. Just fucking perfect. Any thoughts on this, lawman?
You don't have to say everything out loud. Just mix and match.
Maybe she isn't who you thought she was.
Nah. I know her. She's just a girl. In over her head.
Well, she's a hardcore party girl with a bigger death wish than mine.
Yeah. You're right about that. She takes way too many drugs.
Well, it's as they say. You can't do anything with an underdose.
Elaine speaks the truth.
Is there anything more disappointing than an underdose? I think not.
Yeah. You just spend, like, time and are like, I guess this is never getting better.
Yeah. You just gotta sit there. Like, you built up the anticipation, and you're just like, yeah! And then nothing happens.
Yeah. Underdose isn't an actual word.
Yeah, but I mean, she has an actual drug problem. Not like you. Not like us.
Oh, I think this is personal for you.
Her sober.
I think you had feelings for her.
Yeah, they're all queers. Can't bump hard fist or anything.
Say what?
What? Glenn, that isn't what you said.
Glenn. Glenn. No.
That's all right, Glenn.
Just gonna ad-lib that one, huh,
Glenn?
Glenn?
I thought anyone would come around that heard that shit. Apparently, I was wrong.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
Look, it's very easy to mismatch a sound file with a string ref. It's so
Yes.
easy, but
Yeah.
that was a funny one.
You wanted her to see the man for what he was. Now that you know,
I mean,
you might want to
most homophobic slurs just come out of nowhere.
Right?
Yeah.
Never expected. In this year, 2022,
That one especially so.
I just got too worked up. Big man lost his shit. It's cool now.
Be straight with me. What really happened?
I already told you. We fucking hanged him.
There's less gusto in his voice now. His men too are growing increasingly silent. They're confused. This is growing over their heads.
Come on, Titus. We know you didn't hang him. He was shot. I know you're tired. So am I. Why don't you just...
You know what? I am tired. I'm tired of you and the whore upstairs. Next time you see her, tell her Titus said, "Fuck off!" That lying, scamming. We're done. This is over. You understand? Your little investigation is over.
Reminds me of my stepbrother. Nostalgia.
Distressing.
Yeah.
On the floor, beer drips out of the can into a small puddle. No one does anything about it.
What is this quiet funeral shit? All we need is some beers in us.
Woo!
Bartender, 20 beers.
Quarter to
for the Dock Workers
9.
Union.
Yeah. Let's get our drink on at 9 a.m.
Oh! At
These
least
guys
add
really
some
are cops.
orange juice and champagne. Come on. Class it up a bit. Get some coffee in there.
Yeah, coffee with a little whiskey.
Why do we make it 100 beers? You're not loud enough.
100 beers? Now we're talking. Hoppity hop over here, cafeteria manager.
Oh, we can't fail. We cannot fail.
Convince Titus he's being manipulated. You should know by now. Titus Hardy will never falter.
I like that original Divo. 9 a.m. is after 5 p.m.
But you know someone who might.
Well, that's it then. Case closed. We're going home, Kim.
Huh? He'll get it.
Write it down, Kim. In Martinez, they just kill you because they don't like you.
Got it. Kill you because they don't like you. All because...
Some chick.
Bring that up one more time, and you won't get to write that report.
Yes, I understand, Alain. That's your name, right, Alain? You'll kill us. That's what they do in the Wild North.
They just...
Hang you, shoot you, they can't even remember.
Yeah.
It wasn't that. It wasn't. We didn't shoot him.
That's it. That's the weak one. You flushed him out. Now go in for the...
Officer, you will be next if you don't shut up.
Theo will shoot you.
Firearm. A Glass 08 or a 38 caliber pistol. Either is small enough for you to have missed. He's onto you. He knows what you're trying to do. Steel yourself. Push on. Just ignore Theo. The lieutenant has put down his notebook. His hand is resting on his holster. He gives you an imperceptible nod. What? What does that mean? Go for it. The lieutenant has his eyes set on the fat guy. Push Angus. We're almost there.
Alright. Well, or what? You're gonna kill me like you killed him for no fucking reason?
We didn't kill him. We didn't even hang him. He was dead when...
Shut up, Angus.
He was dead before you hanged him?
Fatty! Say one more thing to the cops and I'll...
Dennis, stand down, or I'll beat your head in. Theo, take your hand off the belt. This isn't 31. I've got this under control.
Does he? His closed fist is shaking. It's you who's in control. Let them have their moment.
Angie, Where's your goddamn inhaler? You sound like you're dying.
I left it home. I can't get it. I'm too fucked. I'm sorry.
Why are you so fucking fat, Angus? Now it's all pointless. Because of you. You wasted my time. I told you, Titus. I told you just give her up.
Lizzie, your help is no longer needed here. Go tell Everard.
Fine. I'll tell him. After a long walk along the coast.
Bye, Lizzie.
What
Do you
just
want your
happened
gloves
between
back?
These two.
They're mine. I'm still wearing them.
Fine. He's all yours. Questions.
So, who killed the merc then? Any leads?
Not yet. Just some ideas. She says the shot came from outside, behind the window somewhere. So that's a clue.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking someone's past caught up with them. Either hers or his.
Hers, you mean?
She's got one of those checkered pasts. The shot could have missed. Could have been meant for her.
I like that. Been thinking the same thing myself.
You had ideas about his past, too?
My dude. One of those mercenary buddies of his could have done it. They got guns. Training. Years of bad blood, probably. Or it could have been someone else from Crenell. Tell you what I'd do. Check out the coast for vantage points. Maybe consult with a ballistics buddy of mine. That's what I'd do. If I wasn't too busy doing this clown dance with you.
He's calm now. Threw all that turmoil away and became himself again.
Whose idea was it to hang him? Hers?
In a manner of speaking.
What do you mean?
We had help from another girl. It was her idea to hang him, and I liked it. For political reasons. It sent a good message.
It's her, isn't it? The missing 8th Hardy. That's the other girl.
The big guy turns to Glenn, who's about to say something. The blonde shuts his mouth before a word escapes.
Good work, Glenn.
I'll say it again. All the Hardy boys are right here, cop. That woman is just affiliated with the Hardy boys. You don't know her, anyway.
You know, it's okay for there to be a Hardy girl, Titus.
We're Hardy boys. And that's it.
Alright. Can you tell me anything about this affiliate? Name, current location?
Nope. You're not getting to her. It's Klasia you want to talk to.
So you didn't kill him, he was already dead.
He nods.
You hanged the corpse to cover up the real cause of death. The bullet in his head.
Another nod.
Why?
'Cause the girls asked us to. They were in some shit.
Girls plural? There's another girl? 2 of them? Take note of this. They'll probably say more about her later.
Did she kill him?
Cop, I have no idea. The girl says she didn't.
He doesn't think she did. Or at least he hopes she didn't.
What happened Sunday night?
Klasia came down. She seemed really out of it. Drugged up, even more than usual. Bug-eyed and gurning, you know? Not in a fun way. It looked like she'd redosed after something went down. I've seen that look before. She was scared. I knew someone had died.
How'd you know?
I've done this job for 10 years. I've seen it before. It's the politician in the motel room with the dead hooker scenario. Only in reverse.
Good analogy, boss.
Oh, little Shanky's really holding the team together there.
You don't get to talk yet, Shanky. You're still on the bench. And you keep taking it easy too, Angus.
What happened then?
We went upstairs. Sure as day the merc was dead. And there was a bullet hole through the window. Fucking dirty sheets and bottles everywhere.
He means they'd been fucking?
Tibbs patched the window. And the corpse. We hanged.
Who's Tibbs?
Nah, he's my brother. He's in the window replacement business.
To Emily, I don't think every chain needs a weak link. I think that's something we try to avoid.
Tibbs. That's short for.
Short for Tiberius?
Yeah. Good man.
Titus and Tiberius.
Titus and Tiberius.
Bet their father's name, Atticus Hardy. Lucretia Hardy would be their sister. Anyway.
If Classy didn't kill him, why the cover up?
You may have noticed our girl's in some shit of her own.
I didn't notice anything. What kind of shit are we talking about?
That can't show up on police radar kind. There are people after her. From the old world. Where she came from.
These people. Who?
They're powerful. Connected to the Moral Intern. She's clearly afraid for her life. Says if she showed up in your systems, she'd be ghosted away.
That's all he knows. That's all she's told him.
And why would you help someone like that? By taking on a murder?
Why would I? I guess we abide all sorts of runaways and losers here. It's a Martinez thing.
Kim, we did it.
The lieutenant gives a smile only you can see.
All right, thanks, Titus. Toodles.
You do that. Hey, cop. Before you go, Clausia, came to Martinez to hide. Many of us did. This is where you wash up when there's nowhere left to go. The Union takes you in. Now, she refused that protection. But
still, after all this headache,
you would still prefer if we didn't take her away?
That's right. If we didn't take care of the people who end up here, this place would just be a couple of ruins and some cargo containers.
We'll take that into account.
Break time.
Yep. All right. Blew it wide open.
Yeah. See you all on the flippy dip. All right. Back at it again. So we go talk to Classia about other lady, or we start doing our communism homework. I'm gonna head upstairs, talk to Classia a bit. We didn't get Viscalc on the window, but we did notice that it was new. But now that we know it was shot, maybe we can do that. We've got okay Viscalc. It'll be fine. This'll work.
this window is pristine on the inside. Smooth as following
No,
your lead.
apparently not. Can't see anything. No clues. Glacia.
It's always good to see you.
So.
Something in her demeanor has changed. She's tired, consigned to her fate, to being here with you and what's to come.
The Hardy
Sorry.
Boys. The Hardy Boys told us what really happened. Welcome back.
I understand.
Just like that. No resistance. Her shoulders are slouched, her feet long and straight.
Chill. I'm the cool cop, remember?
I'm sorry for wasting your time. I should have known that you'd find out.
This is good. Clear the air first, between you two. Then move on to questions. No, it's not good. It's the opposite of that. This will let her dictate the terms of your shush. I can't hear what she's saying.
Why did you waste our time then?
Because of the Hardys. I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me. Out of the shit I'd gotten into.
That's not a good enough reason.
You're right. There's more.
More?
You answer to the coalition government, and by extension, the moral intern.
Briefly glancing over her shoulder to the sea, as she's done time and time again.
Is that why you're looking over your shoulder? You're afraid of the moral intern?
You share a database with them. You send people to their courts.
What's going on? What did you do?
Just business. But bad business for some people in the moral intern. If I show up in your records, officer, they will find me. They will...
What happens if they do?
They will kill me, sir. If you file my name, take me in for questioning, enter me into the moral intern mill, well, then I'm fucked. For nothing. This murder didn't have anything to do with me.
Fucked? People after her? Moral intern people? This isn't Orionese lit. Here we go. For once, you seem to have her off guard.
You said you studied Orionese lit. What's with this fugitive stuff?
I did. I also had a side job selling insurance that I was really good at. Got picked up by a bank. Competitive intelligence, they called it. After that, I sort of, transitioned out of the whole culture scene.
What did you do to have these people after you?
It's not nice, but it's not illegal. Not here in Revachol, or even in Orania.
What exactly did you do?
Industrial espionage. I joined a business collective with the intention of betraying them. I did my job well enough to be asked to do it again. With a bigger company. The kind you really, really don't fuck with. I took their ledgers, 2 decades worth of accounting.
I need the names of the companies involved and who hired you.
The job was Lewes-Duin County Savings Bank. They sound small, but they're part of the Lewes-Scott conglomerate. That was the second job. The first was some printer company. You wouldn't know them.
But she really destroyed them. She still feels it.
As to who hired me for the job, I don't know. But they're after me too, along with Lewes-Scott and their friends in the MI. Once you're done in the competitive intelligence circuit, you don't have allies. You're radioactive.
Oh. You're right, this is bad. You've destroyed what people have built.
I am a destroyer. People lost their jobs. Good people. Not just C-suite assholes. And the way I got into accounting, a lot of people got hurt. But that's just more of my shit you shouldn't have to deal with. You're solving a murder.
That can wait. Look into her eyes. There's more.
What did you do?
One of them killed themselves because of me.
She says it quickly, like she's said it 100 times. To herself, to get used to the idea, out of guilt.
That's not easy to deal with.
How do you deal with anything? It's all just... How do you do it?
By
I
not
don't.
remembering a single goddamn thing. Yeah, 3?
Yeah, 3 I think is the... Yeah.
There you have it. The way of the warrior.
So, what happened here the night he died?
We were there. Together. In bed, I mean.
Tell me exactly what happened.
Okay.
Details.
He was in a kneeling position. He had just entered me. I was on my back, looking at him. I heard the window behind me shatter, and I turned to look. There was a hole in the glass. I turned back to him. His eyes were looking through me, and his mouth was open. Dumb. I could see. I could...
Her chest rises and falls with each word. She keeps herself together and says it.
I knew he was dead. Before he fell down on top of me.
You were right. He did enjoy the moment of his death.
Then what happened?
He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor. There.
The really rather large
He
maw.
only had his boots on. I bit the pillow, not to scream, then ran downstairs.
Oh. Sometimes I'm just like too much of a coward to actually play this game.
I waited for the second shot to come. For me. I thought there would be one. It never came.
She's forgotten about her cigarette. The butt has burned right down to her fingernails.
That's a motherfucker.
Yeah, it was a real motherfucker. Ow.
She throws it away and immediately proceeds to light another one.
What time was this? When did it happen? It would help us if you could be as precise as possible.
11:30 to 12:15. I don't know the exact time. Around midnight.
It's okay. Were you inebriated?
Not as much as usual. He'd done a line, plus other things. I was drinking.
Wait. Titus said she was gurning her jaw off, much more than usual.
Titus said you looked pretty high.
Oh, yeah. I did one of his lines, just to clear my head.
Did you hear or see the shooter in the course of this?
No.
What did you do then?
Nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room downstairs. I got some clothes on and crawled back up, drew the blinds. Blood was coming from his mouth. Not a lot. Just a little. He was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore. So I ran down and out of my room, into the hallway, down the stairs. I knew there would be people there.
Run, woman. Run past them and out into the streets where it's dark and people move. To the lorries at the intersection. As far as you can.
Yeah, why didn't you run away from here? As a matter of fact, why are you here now?
I already ran. I ran from an entire Isola. I can't run any further. Not with these people. This is as far as it gets.
Why did you call the cops if you're hiding?
Because I'm an idiot.
Which is an indicator of truth.
Why?
You have to understand, the people around here, no one was making the call, and he kept rotting. And then they picked his clothes off, and that little fucker threw stones at him.
Her jaw is clenched. Her throat moves. It takes all her strength not to cave in and sob. Once. Just one time.
He kept throwing stones at him for 3 days. I could hear the thud. Thud. So I called you. I hope with all my heart it's not the last thing I do in Ravishol.
She definitely called the cops. That was task complete. It could not have been a lie. That is impossible. Oh God, that was a lie too. Who made the call then? Don't be paranoid, man. It's unbecoming of a police officer. And it makes you sweat.
When it happened, did you hear a gunshot?
When he was shot? I may have. I don't know. I couldn't hear anything over the glass exploding.
The gunshot wasn't that loud. This is something to keep in mind when assessing the distance of the shot.
What happened after you ran downstairs?
Sylvie was tending the bar. A lot of people were there. The Hardys were at the table in front of the stage. I think the Union box was full. Ruby was there too. They were having such a good time. I sat down and they all welcomed me. I didn't even have to say anything. Ruby knew something was wrong.
Ruby?
What then?
No, not
Ah!
Who is Ruby?
I was gonna play it off cool.
Ruby. You know, the leader.
The leader? Of what?
The Hardy Boys.
I thought Hardy was the leader of the Hardy Boys.
Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when things happen, like things they need taken care of. She's the organizer.
This Ruby, in her phrasing, is entrusted with great power. She trusts her. So do the others.
Alright. What happened then?
Well, Ruby said let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I've known these people since December. They know my situation, that I can't leave a paper trail. Ruby was the first one I told. She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know, take care of things. I helped her get the body to the bathroom. We used a belt to pull him up under the shower, to keep him upright.
To mislead you, they were tampering with the body.
To produce lividity, matching a hanging?
Yes.
We completely missed the tampering. Looks like you got there in time. What was this, 20 minutes after death?
Oops.
About 20, yes. Ruby explained it would make the blood... You know what he does.
Then what did you do?
Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Lely in the bathroom. I had to put his clothes back on. His armor, too. It was tough, but I've seen him take it off and put it on many times. It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. They carried him out. I knew what they were going to do. Make it look like a hanging. Ruby said they would.
What did you do while they were hanging him?
Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while. That we should lay low or something. So I did.
This Ruby. Where is this Ruby now?
I don't know. I haven't seen her since.
We will need to take this question to the Hardy Boys.
When was the window changed?
Last week. Angus and Titus's brother, I think he's called Tibbs, took care of it.
Angus and Titus's brother?
Oh. They're brothers.
I did not know that.
No.
You should have another look at that window after this. Reconstruct the scene. It's right there.
In her bedroom? Inside?
Yes, you see the glass sparkling out of the corner of your eye.
I think we're done here.
She nods, silently. She doesn't even smoke. Just picks up the cold coffee and holds it in her hands.
Imagine standing out here in this rain with a cold coffee, just having rain drip into it, and then...
Going through all, like, the signifiers of your routine.
Yeah.
But with no, like, actual... There's no there. There's no content.
No.
It's just the routine itself.
Yeah.
The motions. Literally going through the motions.
Yeah, just animating your body, or it moving on its own while you're elsewhere, I guess.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Like, people in chat are saying they don't know if, like, there's
Angus
supposed to be
and
a comma
Titus.
there.
Yeah.
But Titus is extraordinarily protective of Angus.
Angus and
He's also the
Titus's
only one who
brother.
calls him Angie.
Yeah, this is definitely an eats, shoots, and leaves kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's thinking, are we done here? Or should we arrest her? She's a flight risk and she lied to you. She should be taken into custody. No, that won't be necessary. Just leave her alone. She's been through enough. She doesn't need this police brutality.
I love the idea that Volition is just standing in the middle of all these skills going, is no one gonna listen to me?
Yep.
Like, come on.
This guy won't budge. You have to wake Multiface up, forcefully, if you want to continue pushing her.
Yeah. In God's name, wake up!
Who? What? Dear Lord, you've been lied to. She could have killed her lover and lied to everyone. She's not the most fair and just at all. She's smoke and mirrors and will-o-wisps.
Pix, I like Volition as Worf, because now I'm imagining Harry as the Enterprise being piloted around by tiny Starfleet. Volition's just in there manning the, I guess, weapons or security stations, like, sir, please, we have to...
And Geordi's just like, we're gonna have to vent plasma again. Unless you want the warp core to eject on its own.
Picard's there drawing a smiley face for the plasma cloud.
okay, that episode, did he draw the smiley face or did he find just the ultimate random RNG smiley face in the
drew
cloud
that.
and lose?
He
drew
that,
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stuck his finger right in some plasma.
Because, like, when I was a kid and I saw that, I was like, I get the idea that, you know, you would look at the plasma venting from the warp core and they're just, for a moment, there being a smiley face in it.
That would be
and just
dope.
like, and just like that's enough, right? You check out at that point.
Yeah, that's like the hyperbole and a half, seeing the dried up corn under the fridge. Just like that's the straw. Like that's where the breakdown happens. That's
right.
where...
Yes. Yeah. It's corn. And it's yeah.
She probably didn't give you her real name either. Why would she? Arrest her immediately before she further entangles you in her web of lies. Take it easy. Don't overcompensate with this course correction. Ask questions first. Yes, start at the top. Choose at the bottom. It's how we've always done it. No rush. See?
All right.
Okay.
All right. I think you didn't make the call to the station.
Yeah, agreed.
I did. What is this? I called your desk or whatever it is. The numbers are all over town. Call 8-100-2 for emergencies. There was an older woman on the other end. It sounded like she was smoking. She took my complaint. She coughed.
That is the emergencies desk number. Anyone could know that, sire, by looking around and calling the desk. I don't believe a single word she says.
Thanks, drama.
What time did you make the call?
Thursday night. It was late, sometime after 12.
It checks out.
Anyone can know the number, and that someone coughed. It means nothing.
But I know the time of the call, too. I know I have not been 100% truthful with you, officers. But I am now.
You sense a little hesitation there, or maybe even fear. The stress was on the wrong syllable. Welcome to the wake-up club, brother.
Cam, why have we not arrested her yet?
There may be grounds here, at least for an extended detention.
A little whimper. The young woman hears you. She's looking around.
Your real name isn't Classia Amando.
I agree. You wouldn't give us your real name, not when people are after you.
Okay.
Okay, what?
Okay, it's not.
Good. You can tell me the truth.
You log your work every week. It's all transmitted to Common, sir. I couldn't just beg you not to enter my name. So I lied. Like I lied before. Like I did at LCSB. I have to lie all the time.
Was the passport
I'm
bullshit
so tired of
too?
it.
That passport you keep hidden?
No. It's submerged in a plastic buoy on the coast, in the reeds. It just doesn't say Clausia Amandu. It says Anouk Mea Smith.
Falsified documents?
Passport and visa. Given to me by my employer. I can't even use them. My employer probably leaked the name, Mea Smith, to hurt me.
Why would they do that?
I didn't show up to a rendezvous. They don't take that lightly. I didn't show up because I was afraid they'd do something to me. The job was finished. I'm just a liability now.
She fears an arrest right here and now. This has been an awful turn of events for her.
Where's the buoy?
West of the boardwalk, in the reeds. On the coast there. I put it there when I first arrived. Haven't been there since. I'm not sure I could even find it now. It's useless.
Okay, accept task.
The lieutenant makes a note of it.
You're welcome to it. It's in the reeds northwest of here, past a broken sewage pipe, right near the waterline.
She nods, her back straight, ready for whatever is
Hey,
next.
we're good here.
She slowly lights another
Bye.
cigarette and steadies her breath.
Everyone say
Have a nice
bye.
one, Classia.
In the presence
Bye to
of some
Classia.
tiger.
Oh,
Yeah, she bolts now, doesn't she?
I think so.
As you look back, you think, so love did do him in. If it weren't for her, he would not have been there. The shot would not have connected with his soft palate.
What is communism in this?
You do not know. A wind of needles. Airships flutter in the stratosphere.
How do I know all this then?
Who knows? It's getting cold out. You should go.
Should I say it?
I mean, is it a knife in the guts?
A little bit.
Yeah.
No. I'll be nice. But now we can do the visual calculus.
We can.
This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden halo.
Alright,
Do we want to save scum this one?
Well, if we fudge it, then Classia will set it up for us.
Right.
And it's a white check, so...
Golden light melts away.
Oh, we've been throwing
into the
rocks
blue,
today.
glassy darkness of your mind. In it are two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman on the single bed. A two-hearted spider. Like the witness said, the man is kneeling, the woman is on her back. It's the night of March 4th and a shot has just been fired. The man looks directly at the woman. The shot's possible directions converge in his mouth, a ray cast from somewhere outside, entering his brain.
Where did it come from?
From the roof outside, location A prime. The glass fractures around the bullet hole. Shards face inwards like a corona behind the woman's back.
Have a look at A prime.
The ray cast from the man's mouth unravels into a fan of possible directions, all on the roof at first. The shot could have come from any of them. This is composite location A prime, most likely of the origin points.
Shouldn't there be gun residue outside?
There could have been. Then the rain and slush and wind washed it away. This was more than a week ago.
Somewhat, like 80% sure the roof is where the shot was made from.
72%, with an antique weapon that fires military-grade ammunition. A Belmagrave rifle, for example. This is a good short distance, but not too short. The perpetrator aimed with their back against the railing, or possibly kneeling for precision. This would explain why it only took them one shot. The lights were on in here. Outside it was dark. It was like shooting fish in an aquarium. A well-lit aquarium. The victim opened his mouth to let the bullet in. Neither of them would have seen anything outside, in the darkness. Too busy with their own bodies.
Are there any arguments against A prime the roof?
None that you've found thus far, but that doesn't mean there aren't any.
Could there have been another point of origin further away?
That's a 28%, yes. In this model, the shot could have come from a greater distance. Nothing excludes the possibility. Should we extrapolate to include every possible point of origin in Martinez?
Yes.
Yes.
According to your map of the district, this shot could have come from a wide angle of locations, starting with the northern edge of the abandoned boardwalk, ending with an islet in the bay. Let's call them B prime.
More precisely.
B prime for boardwalk, B double prime for Land's End, and B triple prime for the islet detective. There may be smaller points in between, but those are too fine to zoom in on.
Alright, let's look at B prime.
700 meters away. The likeliest of these B positions, 20% chance. A skilled sniper could have made the shot, provided he had a safe sniper's nest. Even with the light on inside, we're talking military training. At that distance, the perpetrator would have had to take wind direction into account.
All right. B prime 2.
1.2 kilometers away, the least likely of these positions. Let's say 3%. A truly skilled sniper could have done it, possibly from a tent. No, too far-fetched.
B3.
1 kilometer away, an unlikely point of origin. Beyond the docks somewhere, on an islet in the Bay of Martinez perhaps. There are islets there, badly charted as they may be. The shot would have been a small miracle, 5% likelihood. There is an extremely narrow field of view from the bay to the window, between Rue de Saint-Ghislain 10 and 33A. The angle would have been extreme, and access to the islets is questionable.
Kim, do you think the shot could have come from further than the roof in Martinez?
From where, precisely?
Boardwalk, Land's End, the islet?
I see you have given this a lot of thought. Are those the locations you've singled out in addition to the roof? And what is the likelihood, in your opinion, that it came from a further distance?
Much less than from the roof, but still.
Okay, well, we should see if there is gunshot residue or sniper nests if we go down the coast. Rule these spots out one by one. It would be the diligent thing to do.
All right, we did it.
All right.
I think I'm going to try to pick up her passport.
Okay.
I think we've got time for that. Hey everybody. Hello. Hi.
Why?
Hi. Places to be. Blue streak. Church. In this way.
Are the cryptozoologists still here?
Yeah, I think so.
Hmm.
A metal and plastic contraption bobs up and down amidst the trembling reeds. At first, it just looks like trash, but if you look closer...
That over there must be the boy class you told us about. The one she hid her passport in. We should take a look.
Ooh, hidden things, secrets, lies. You lift the boy out of the water without much effort. It's not tied to anything. The cords dangling from the bottom appear to have been cut.
Examine the plastic ball.
The number 11 has been written on the yellow plastic. It hasn't been in the water for very long, but it's already discolored and slimy with silt. A latch holds it close, but only just barely. The brittle metal of the latch has cracked.
Simple construction. Very unsafe.
Shake the buoy.
There's something in there, splashing around.
Sniff the buoy.
It smells like you would expect it to smell. A concentrated version of the coast. Salt, industrial slop, and decay. The water this side of the peninsula is cleaner. Actually, smells a little salty. A shot glass's worth of seawater pours out. Some algae, and nothing else.
Well done.
Well, we're lucky it's still here a little longer and it would have floated away.
We still got here too late. There's nothing of use here anymore.
No documents. Who do you think took them?
I have no idea.
We know what was in the buoy anyways. So it's fine. It's
Yeah,
fine. It's all okay.
it's a minor detail. Minor detail.
Or think we do. This is a small loose end, either way. Not important, I hope.
Could this be related to the cryptozoologist?
In my experience, cryptids are generally uninterested in travel documentation. We should go.
You could ask the miss what she thinks later if you have the time, though you doubt she'll tell you much at this point.
Fine. Ah. All right.
We've been had.
Yep. So. Yep. Doing good.
Making progress.
Making progress.
You can feel the jaws of justice closing around this.
Just have to chew it up and spit it back out. Fully solved.
Digest it.
Yeah. How about next week we read about communism, go to communism club, do some communism, you know. Those sorts of things.
Yeah.
All right. How about we look at wrapping things up?
Let's do that. All right. So, Anya Zeta came back for the 58th month. Thank you.
Christian Fisher, 10 months, says, "Oh, look, and a button. Thank you."
And Thermobaric Kitten came back for the 74th month. Thank you.
Xanto69, thank you for those 50 bits. Square.cube, I'm not going to chew up a jigsaw puzzle. That's just cardboard and maybe white glue. Like...
Yeah, like the glue might have some nutritional value, but honestly, Chad, come on.
Yeah, those 3D foam models, that's where it's at. You get the good shoe there.
Yeah, like I imagine Suzerainty.
Yeah, it spells suzerainty, and they say it's suzerainty.
That would have good mouthfeel. You would just it's either got. Did we decide on whether it had cubes?
It has little
or
wooden
meeple?
cubes, yeah.
Okay, right.
Like Puerto Rico. I'm tying my shoes right now. Sorry. I took my shoes off when I got here. And,
correct.
Preparing to evacuate the room. Eat Ian's gunpla. No. No. First of all.
Bad chew.
No. Yeah. I know how many steps they've gone through, and though a lot of the paint is acrylic based itself, it is mixed with other things like windshield washer fluid.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not gonna drink.
You've gotta use the correct thinners for the paint and the airbrush.
Not doing it.
And then there's the lacquer.
He does clear coat at the end. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you want to put down like a gloss coat.
Oh.
Then you apply your decals. Then you do a satin coat.
The gloss coat he has is floor polish.
Right. Yeah. It's good. That's the good stuff.
It does work.
I see Ian is a man of distinction.
Quite. He's been watching so many videos on painting.
Oh, I see we have a Berger fan into Amelie. Given the power to eat any one thing, we'd eat the Mona Lisa. Like, when I watched Ways of Seeing again last year and he cuts into the painting, I was expecting it to be a cake.
Right?
Right? Like, it was a cake. Was that even last year, or was that 2019? No, that was 20... Where everything was a cake?
It's still happening.
Yeah. Maybe the Library of Alexandria was a cake.
Carner says this sub is a cake. They've subbed for 18 months. Thank you.
I want cake.
Gonna go leave and think about cake. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you. And we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.